Welcome to Channel EMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Cao Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video, I would like to share a little bit in regards to what has been going on in the international education sector, where a lot of talks has been complaining against the Minister of Education, saying that the how does education affect in immigration and visa? Well, to be honest, it does. I don't know where some of the people come up with this kind of debate. Trying to differentiate the differences between the Department of Education and the Department of Home Affairs, and organizing the immigration visas, because if without visas, how would international students come to Australia to study, and how will that connect to the Department of Education? So it's definitely, there is a direct linkage between education and visa, that's for sure. And we all know that there has been a so-called ghost colleges. Now we have got some freedom information out just to show you that it is happening, and we are foreseeing closures or institution going under, going into administration, and things like that will continue to roll towards the end of this year 2024 and continue on for the year of 2025. So again, it's very risky that you are gonna pick a private education institutions to enroll for a visa, a student visa purpose, because what if the school go under? I don't believe you're gonna get the money back, because the procedure going into administration is gonna be very, very long, and I don't think you have the enough visa length to actually wait for all that. And plus, you'll be wasting all your time and money in regards to lodging this kind of visa. But the second half of this video, I would like to show you if you really, and who could actually really be qualified to actually get those vet courses visas. We know there's still 90,000 visas going to issue for all the vet international students studying all these diploma and certificates, and who will be actually be qualifying on those ones. So we got to speak a little bit on that one there. Now, first of all, let's go into the freedom of information. Now, this came out, I believe there's going to be a lot more of this kind of stuff. Now, this document is lengthy. As you can see on the top here, it has 102 pages, and this is only for the month of May. Now imagine for June, for July, for August, for September, for October, and continue to go on. This kind of document will be issued to a lot more other private institutions. So what does this actually says? Now this actually is an internal statement, or internal notice, should I say, not statement, notice, issued by the Department of Home Affairs, the Australian government. As you can see right up there, they have blanketed out some detail of the institution just for privacy purpose. And as you can see, this is issuing to a particular education institution with the CRICOS registration number, a date of issue, and this is sent by registered post. Now, what does that mean? Registered post is usually a very official document that has a legal bounding. They just want to ensure that the receiver does receive the documentation, and they're giving out what official warning regards to regulation 1.29 of the regulations for purpose of paragraphs 97(2)(d) of the ESOS Act. Now, what does that all mean? That means provide immigration minister may give suspension certificates. Now, if you have followed my channel long enough, you may know that we have talked about the government of Australia is issuing suspension certificate or potentially cancellation of that particular education provider. So they are issuing this to multiple institutions. So this is just one institution and another one here. It's all the same, suspension certificates, and another one here. So it's all the same. So you see how many of them out there have been receiving all these documents. This is crazy, and I'm not gonna scroll anymore because they are all the same and go through it. It's all about sending out warning and suspension of registered providers. So imagine how many of these education institutions are in panic mode. It's actually very bad. And if we go to the Department of Education, there is a particular section, but I do not think it covers all the education provider closures. The list is just not as what I have expected, but I think there's a lot more in the pipeline queuing up. As you can see on this page, you can actually Google this by yourself. All you need to do is you punch in Department of education provider closures. Then you can start seeing all these listed of company which they operate as a private college. As you can see that all there, talking about whether how it's going under, it's going closure, and so on and so forth. They going into administration. Just show you one of this. It go into legal data. That's very bad. And volunteering administration on Monday of 29th of April 2024. So this is all happening this year as we are actually speaking here, as you are watching this video at this point in time. So again, since last year, they have coined out the idea of getting rid of the ghost colleges. There's going to be a lot more other private education provider will, well, I think they'll go under for sure, because not just talking about the cap on international student, but also the replace of GTE to a new genuine student test, which has a higher testing amount. Although by words, it doesn't sound as bad as it seems, but when they apply to it, I've just seen so many visa refusals. Every week and every day we're receiving email calling for help, but again, that's what we wanted to be publicly announcing this in you. I know there's still a lot of people not watching my channel, but you need to let these people know that putting in admitting into a private education sector, especially on the certificates and the diploma or trades courses, it's extremely risky at this point in time. Now, so what we're going to do is the second half of this video is we're going to talk about a little bit more how you can actually qualify if you're really passionate about the vet courses. Now, just not in this time frame of time, but the only thing that you really need to think about how you can actually pass the so-called genuine student requirement. It's actually a replacement of GTE, but the criteria, as we spoke previously, it's actually the same, exactly the same as GTE, but how the government of Australia or the immigration apply GS, the genuine student test, I believe it's actually much stricter under its updated new policy than what it used to be under the GTE. Because when they were GTE, there were still a lot of people getting their vet courses granted and things, and getting to enroll into TAFE, enroll into different other private colleges, and then they still got the visas. But now we continue to see, for this year 2024, we have seen so many visa refusals. So who can actually get this visa? Now, first thing you need to think about this is your age. Now, I'm stuck in everybody on this page, but it might seem nonsense, because a lot of people, when they write genuine student test, they will follow this definitely. But once they follow all this instruction, they still get visa refusal. I want to talk about why is it. Now, first of all, it's still age is matter. Age does matter. Now, I believe the genuine vet student will really be those one who actually just came out from high school and without going into the higher education pathway, they prefer to go straight to a vet courses or to trade courses. So if your age is over 30 and your highest qualification is already a bachelor and master, and you wanted to downgrade and suddenly study a vet courses, I tell you what, 70 to 80% chances you will actually get visa rejections, a refusal, okay? Because they will think this is just not right because your background is already higher than what you wanted to study. It doesn't add value to your career. So rather than going into the actual items when they have written and put it on the web page on the immigration, I want to speak to everybody about this. Now, if you're over 30 and you already got bachelor, you already got a master, and you want to downgrade your study vet courses, I tell you what, 80-90% you get refusals. Okay, so do not go through there. Now, there is one particular possibility, is that you actually you study bachelor, and then you come to Australia for working holiday. So you have experience going through working holiday, and you found yourself a dream career, and then you want to shift your career from your previous discipline or whatever that you study towards a vet courses, and that's a possibility. But without a working holiday, jumping straight from a bachelor graduate and enroll into a vet courses in Australia, that will still have a very, very high refusal rate. So you need to add upon a working holiday visa, come to Australia and experience Australia, going through different industry, and then you change and shift your career towards a vet courses. I think that the success rate will be much, much higher. Now, apart from all that, I think there is really not much of options left out there for people to actually enroll into vet courses in the future. So so that means people will studying vet courses will be an age bracket between 18 to 30. If you're going over 30, or perhaps because before you turn the age of 31, you can still go with the working holiday visa. Other than that, I think the other group, we're just excluding all the others, will be extremely very hard. Now, another thing also I wanted to share with you is that for those vet courses, I believe that Australia will only have preferential to all those passport level 1 countries. So that will be the numbers of Eastern Asian countries like Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, and Korea, European countries, and also obviously United States and Canada. But if you're from USA or Canada, or perhaps you hold those passports but you don't really reside there, and other, excluding all the other countries, if you are a passport holder of all the other countries, you want to apply for vet courses with student visa, well, the luck is really slim, and you probably get you really need to rethink what other choices you may have. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.